Why do you think it's gone up so much?
I think people are starting to understand what it can do. And
Like governments or just regular people?
both. And I think the infrastructure surrounding it has continue to grow. Like NVIDIA, one of the biggest companies in the world right now, made a good chunk of money during the graphics card boom in the last bull run we saw. Their cards were selling 4 to 5 times as much at retail. They were making a killing. You couldn't buy them fast enough.
Yeah. And then what happened? People just started getting real miners?
Well, no, what happened was Ethereum decided that there's too many people mining with graphics cards. It's starting to become a problem. So they disabled the ability to mine their coin anymore.
At all?
Yeah,
or just with
at
her?
all.
Oh.
They have a new method now, which you take your coins and you lock them, like away in a bank, and that generates you a small portion of revenue and helps them keep their security.
Huh.
I still don't understand the security part, to be honest with you, but that's what they say it does.
Mm.
And since Ethereum was like 70-80% of the entire graphics card mining market, everything else kind of fell to shit after that. So a lot of people got screwed in the process.
So how is this even possible? Like, someone just made a code? Like, how does that even work?
All on belief. Some guy made a code, made it very public so everyone could see exactly how it works, and forced a level of trust between people. And from there, it blew up in popularity.
And then other people started making other codes for other coins.
Correct. Since Bitcoin's idea was very public, you could see exactly how it was done. Some people took that and tried to build on it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how Ethereum got so popular.
How do you buy a coin?
There's exchanges. Lots of places. They'll take your electronic fund transfer and convert it to crypto.
And is it a 1-for-1? Do you lose money on that?
You usually lose money on that. They want a fee. Somewhere like 1 to 3%.
Of how much you want to transfer.
Yeah, the size is irrelevant.
And then you can pick, say I had $1,000 and I wanted to put it into crypto. I can put it all into Bitcoin or choose which coins I want?
Yeah, nowadays you can convert crypto to your cash to any crypto that's on the exchange.
I see.
Before, you'd have to get Bitcoin and trade it and things like that when things were limited, but you always have some options.
And how many coins are on the exchange?
It depends how each exchange prefers to run.
Is an exchange run by country?
No, just a private company.
Oh. So how many exchanges are there?
There's lots. The government has been cracking down more. And, for example, they'll only let Canadian citizens access exchanges that will freely give out user identity records. They'll be willing to give up all your crypto data.
Of course.
That's the only way you're allowed to operate, because the government wants to be able to see what you're doing and tax it.
Have they already started to do that?
It looks like it's being put into place. You can file your crypto tax reports right now, and you should, but eventually the government will come after it for it, so you might as well get ready.
So now that you can buy a Tesla with Dogecoin, is it?
Yeah.
How much Dogecoin to, like, the dollar? If the dollar amount of a Tesla is, I don't know, 150, how much Dogecoin would you have to?
I mean, it'd be the same, whatever $150,000 of Dogecoin is worth that day.
Oh, I see. So when you say that day, does it ever end?
No, the price is constantly fluctuating.
Is that what makes it a risk?
Absolutely. Well, it should be the more monies that's inside it, the more stable the price will be.
See, the more people that believe in that coin.
Yeah, the less single people and entities can make massive impacts.
And when you look for a coin to invest in, is it just what you think they're doing is cool, or there's strategy behind it, or?
Yeah, what the intention is, what the purpose of a coin is. Because there's many different types of coins for different purposes, and then how do they plan to be in that space?
So what's one of your favorite coins, purpose-wise?
They are developing a network of people who want to rent out their hard drive space. So right now, when you need more data on your phone, you have to pay Apple or Google for more cloud storage.
Yeah.
Well, what if that cloud storage could be other people's computers? And you could pay them a third of the price that you pay Google. And they find ways to make it more secure and make sure that that data is stored.
But then wouldn't you be scared that other people have access to your stuff?
Well, no, the way they do it is they take a tenth of your data and put it here, and a tenth of your data and put it there.
Oh, I see.
And everything gets chopped into pieces. You're the only person who has access to all 10 slots and can rebuild your data. So, unlike right now, where anything you put on the Google Drive and Microsoft OneDrive, that Microsoft and Google can see your data as they please.
Oh, I see.
Now, the problem is data has become very cheap and it's a hard market to get into, but I really like the idea behind there. Like, we pay, let's say for an extra terabyte of storage, you pay $6 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I could go pay $40 and get a terabyte of storage and put it in my computer. So you're paying every month $6, something that costs them $40 to buy once.
Right.
So they make a pretty good killing. Now, don't get me wrong, they still have to operate the servers, connect them to the network, and all that extra added bullshit. But realistically, it seems like a sweet game. Easy money for the big companies to make.
Right. Subscriptions.
Yeah, subscriptions, just like phone subscriptions. You end up paying way more than the phone is worth.
Right.
So why not try and bring that back to the people?
What do you think of that country that changed their current currency to?
Yeah, El Salvador, they're doing really well. Their whole country made a killing.
On the back of what? What made him make that decision?
I just don't think their country was doing very well. They were seeing hard times, and they did something aggressive, and it paid off significantly. Like, imagine getting in there before any of the big banks did. You're a whole different plane now.
Right. And do you see other countries doing that too, just because it worked for them?
Yeah, it quite possibly could. I don't think anybody would be in that perfect circumstance, but the rumors talk that there will be more countries.
And what would that do to the price?
It'll only continue to increase it the more people have it.
And does it increase by a lot when a lot is put in there, like El Salvador put it in there?
Exactly.
So would you say that it's not just more people are believing in it, it could just be a fewer people with more money?
Absolutely.
So doesn't that make it more risky? Because what if those people just decide that they don't want it anymore?
Well, that's kind of what probably explains some of the bull runs and crashes that we've seen so far. And the smaller the group of people were holding the coins, the more control they had. But now as it continues to grow so big, it gets harder and harder to do that. Because I don't think you can see roughly online how many people hold money in their wallets and roughly how many wallets have how much control.
Everything's transparent?
Yeah, everything's transparent.
You just don't know the individual person it belongs to.
Exactly. You show me a wallet ID, I can show you all the transactions they've ever made.
So then, by looking at that, can you see if it's...
Yeah, they already have stats out. And they'll tell you, like, 70% of Bitcoin is held by a bunch of small wallets, or 5% is owned by the original creator, and things like that. I think they even have a number for big institutions. It's pretty small.
So, that guy that sold his business that had Bitcoin ATMs, what was that about? How could you even do that?
Well, they print out tickets with barcodes on them. Or you could give them an address, and then you could scan that ticket and receive the funds. Something like that. Or you could type in your wallet address, or scan in your wallet address. And you could turn cash, like an ATM, into a crypto ATM.
So people would deposit cash.
Yes.
And then when you get crypto, it's nothing physical. It's just...
Yeah, maybe a receipt or maybe just an actual digital transaction. I don't know how far they've come.
But how much did he sell that business for?
He was going to be up there in the 2 millions, but I think he believed it was worth a lot more.
Did he end up selling?
No, he didn't choose to stay with us, I'm sure. He thought he was very unique, but there's, 7, 8 companies out there that do that. And to be honest, I don't think it's going to be something that lasts because the fees are a little outrageous.
What are the fees?
Well, they want 10%.
Mm.
So it's a lot to, put in $1,000 and only get $900 back. And then when it comes time to sell it, your 900 turns to 800, and then you're thinking, or 810. He had a couple $100,000 in random coins ready to sell. And should he not, he had a system built in where he could immediately replenish. And sometimes that's how he made the most of his money, when he's holding on to things because people might buy them, and then the price increases significantly. In that sense, I really like that. They, BlackRock's made it so that their clientele can just call them up and say, give me 100 million worth of Bitcoin. And they can set that up for them. They don't need to have an exchange. They don't need to have any technical skills. There's nothing involved now. The Bitcoin has become very obtainable, and people can get a great cut helping you get there. So now we're seeing adoption at a pretty private sector. Yeah, we're seeing the big companies kind of come in, I guess would be the good way to say it. And for that reason, the potential has been a little shifted. Maybe the fall won't be so hard. Maybe the highs will be balanced out. Who knows? But
what made a bull run happen before, when it was just regular people involved?
Well, I think everyone kind of experiences the FOMO. Just once they see it start rising like crazy, people start wanting to buy it more. It's just kind of how human nature is. So I think to that degree, you will get to that point where everybody's talking about it because it's just so in their face and the greed takes over.
So do you think that this is like something that, like, people who would go to the casino, like, would it be attracting those kind of people?
It definitely could. The thing with Bitcoin is that the thing with the crypto is that it can appeal to all sorts of demographics. There's a lot of people who get scammed.
How do you get scammed?
They buy into a coin that turns out the guy was just full of lies, and all their money disappears. So yeah, it facilitates all parts of life. There's some that specifically are focused on charity work.
Like what? Have you seen any?
I've heard of some, but they never really interested me. They're not really about...
Oh, I'd be interested in knowing.
more about donating funds than anything.
But how does that work with crypto?
Well, like the owner of
Vance.
Ethereum, he's just transferred digital goods to a charity he's believed in.
What's digital goods?
You could send them Ethereum, for example. Or sometimes, I know there's cases where somebody made a new coin and he gave him 10% over ownership. And he immediately took that 10% and gave it over to a charity to do as they please with.
Oh. So it's just owning a coin, the charity.
Yeah, I assume they'd probably just sell it for funds. I don't think they're going to be sitting on investments. An example, what they did was they gathered large pools of money to find places where if they invested in more planet efficient acts, they could save money.
Like what? What's a planet efficient act?
Like, for example, they were taking these helicopters to go pick up resources and drop them off back and forth constantly. It's a part of what the company does. And it's an important company. But the fact is that they don't have an extra $10 million to make their helicopters more efficient. But if they did, they'd save $3 million a year.
Mm.
So for them, you'd say, okay, we'll give you the $10 million based off all the people invested in me, and you could slowly pay us back instead of paying for your fuel. You can pay us.
Huh.
And that would be like some sort of loan. You know, they talked about places that had a lot of heating required, but the buildings themselves, weren't holding heat very well. So they thought, okay, well, if we could just upgrade the structure, then we could retain heat more and you wouldn't have to spend so much gas to heat the place. So there's tons of little things like that they were exploring and trying to find ways to make the world a better place and get people paid. It was a really great idea, to be honest. But
what happened to it?
Nothing. I think with all ideas seem to die pretty much once the bull runs over, unfortunately. Very few manage to strive and stay alive. I mean, as long as you fall at the rate of everybody else, you're okay. But, once doubt happens, people would rather put their money in the better coins, the more trusted coins, or just pull it onto cash and wait for a better opportunity. So hype really does control a lot of everything.
That in itself is so dangerous.
It is, but it's more of a circumstance of the real world than it is of the coins themselves.
Yeah. Like you were saying, after Trump got elected, everything went up.
Yeah. People believed he was going to be pro-crypto and they invested.
And is he?
Yeah, he's very pro-crypto. They just passed 3 different crypto laws in the past week. Things are looking very pro-crypto right now. He's adamant on making America the crypto capital of the world.
He said that.
He said that.
Huh. Then would it be like I go to get gas and I could pay crypto?
Yeah, I think so.
We saw a Bitcoin ATM machine at the gas station, actually, in Aurelia. So it's going to come into our everyday.
I think, yeah, should they feel the necessity to. But maybe not Bitcoin, maybe a different solution. Because by today's standards, Bitcoin's rather slow and expensive.
So if you were telling your dad, for example, would you tell him to invest in it?
I think now that we've seen adoption of this level, it's just going to continue to increase. And that means that the coin's going to do exactly what it intended to do. Is make the people who hold on to more, instead of letting governments print out money and destroy people's values and having real world assets be stripped away because somebody doesn't want to leave their money in USD, so he buys up 50 homes. Now all of a sudden there's 50 less homes for regular people to buy. We don't need that.
Yeah.
You want to store your value, there should be better places than that.
I feel like, I guess I trust you. That's one. I feel like it's inevitable, and if I get in the train right now, it might, like, with the devil intended for evil, God can always turn for good. If we're right, that this is the right decision, and the more people who know that, the better off they'll be eventually. And so if they just don't know about it, and you want to educate people, or like they might be afraid of it because they don't know what it is. Like, I still don't know what it is. It's so complicated. Like, it must be so easy for you to understand this whole, like, blockchain, and I really don't even know the other words. And you're good at explaining things. It's a gift you have.
Yeah.
So if we could just help people.
I don't think you can help people. Before you fully understand something, to give advice on a topic is truly reckless.
Yeah. Would you say you don't understand?
No, it's just until you become a master in your field, the advice you give people is only limited by your own.
What you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I used to tell people mining was amazing, but it's only as I dug deeper and deeper and then I understood it getting more and more. Now I realize how confusing and difficult and challenging it can be. It's not for everyone.
No, definitely not.
And the same goes for crypto. If you don't understand the bull run and the fall, and you don't have self-control, a lot of things can go bad.
Yeah.
No one's really in that kind of position where they can afford for things to go bad. And if they are, they're definitely have other tools to manage their money. You're either doing so well where you have somebody helping you manage your funds, or you're struggling right now. There's very few in between. Although I do recommend, if you are in between and you want to gamble it, this is the way to go. Everything's a risk. Whether you buy a business, invest in stocks.
Yeah.
Even bonds, they're nice, but with inflation, it's not that much you're making, but at least they're safe.
You were saying to your mom that day, you're like, you would give your money to someone who would put in mutual funds, which is also a gamble, right? Like,
Yeah.
even if you go with the less risky, it's still risky.
Yeah, there's still a stock market. At some point, something bad can happen, and
So if people are already doing that, then this would be another option to that, but people don't know about it. Like, it was like me being with CIBC my whole life because my dad, made my first account. And I went through half my life just going with CIBC because that's what my dad set me up for. And then when you told me, look around, there might be banks that, give money back and do all this stuff.
yeah.
That was the first time I even looked at, oh my gosh, look at all these other things.
No.
And then I end up switching. But I feel like this is that, where people are like, I'm going to my bank because that's what I know how to do. But there's this whole other option that people just don't know about. And yes, it's risky, but like you said, we're seeing more adoption with at least Bitcoin. Like, the fact that countries are using it, Donald Trump has said that thing, even if it were to not fall or whatever, it would probably take a lot to take down all these big things.
Absolutely. The more the people that earn it, the harder it gets to take down.
So that's what I'm saying. I feel like we almost have a duty to at least tell people about it. Let them make their own decision. Invest in it, don't invest in it, learn about it, don't learn about it. But we're on this train and we just want people to be aware. Would you not say? I know you don't want to tell people what to do, and I don't think that this is what that is, unless someone takes it that way, which is not the intent at all. And we're not claiming to be experts at all. Me in faith, you in crypto.
Correct.
But the fact that you're the only person in all our friends and family who know about this, let alone have invested in all that stuff, is a little alarming to me. Especially when mainstream media is talking about it and governments are talking about it. It's like, okay, but if you watch CP24, are you learning about it? Or are they not?
Sure, they talk about it. I just don't think people are that well with their money. I think that immediately separates what you do. Not everyone likes to invest. Some people want to spend and enjoy, or build comfort in case something goes wrong. If there is a new currency coming to the world, those who get in early will be the ones who come out on top, that is for sure. And it seems to have already been taking place this way since its existence at this point.
Which was when?
2011, 12.
How long we've been together?
Yeah.
13 years. Yeah, it sure seems that way. Like, you've been talking about it since I know for a fact no one else was talking about it. So the fact that I got to see the evolution of that, of like you talking about it, me having no idea what you're talking about, then other people start talking about it, then the news start talking about it. It's like, wait, what? Like, that's crazy to me. You know, that's already a huge progression. Like, you caught that so early and you were so excited about it.
I still am. It's pretty sweet, but could have been earlier. Could have understood better.
Yeah. Always could have.
Yeah. You've been in the game for a while and it's been nothing but a rough journey, to be honest with you.
I know, but that, like, those are growing pains. Those are like battle scars. So it's not something to be ashamed of at all.
Oh, not at all. I just let other people know.
Yeah.
It's not a smooth ride. People online are taught that they'll put money into Bitcoin and end up with Lambos. That's the biggest meme.
No, obviously not.
That's a large part of the culture.
Yeah.
We'll just see posts that say, when Lambo.
What? What does that mean?
When will they be rich off their coins that they can buy Lamborghinis? The guy recorded the first time a pizza purchase was made with crypto. He paid 3 Bitcoin.
Really? Wow. That would be how much right now?
Oh, probably at least 500,000 Canadian.
For a pizza. I like that.
Yeah. Never know what you had at the time.
Yeah, gold coins you gave away.
Some people did just for the culture. They'd hold massive conferences educating people, even giving them small amounts, which could have turned out to be actually pretty big if those people had done anything with it.
Well, either way, I pray over all your investments. I pray that even if you make bad ones, that somehow God will turn it around for good. And if our intent is good, which it truly is, like, I really don't want anything that's not what God wants, then someone said one time, it's like, if you live for God, He will invest in you. Like, you know, because you will help other people know Him by your actions and whatever.
I like that.